Okay, here on the part 3, we're still on dynamic mode, which is dynamic picture mode. However, I have found out that adjusting the sharpness to 30 for this particular game, when watching from afar, from 7.5 feet away, you do notice more pop, because this is a checkerboard 4K resolution with the HDR. I've noticed that there's a little bit more pop. Another thing I did, besides the sharpness to 30, and of course everything here, it's off except the LED high and dynamic contrast high. Another thing I noticed is if you leave it at standard, it gives it a better, more look to it in color tone. Now let me show you what else I have done. I have gone to the settings right here and moved the brightness to 35. Now keep in mind, this is just me experimenting. All of these videos that I'm gonna do throughout these days and weekend, it's going to be a test. I'm writing all of these tests down, and then we'll find out on Sunday. We'll choose and see. You guys choose the video that you believe has the best picture settings. I want you guys to choose on Sunday. There's gonna be a bunch, maybe like 40 or like 60. I think there'll be like 60 videos of this game, and you guys will have to choose one of those 60. You will have to choose which one is the best. We'll do different variations, guys. We'll do all different types of variations. This is only the third part, okay? And I'll try, as I promised, I'm gonna try not to spoil this game.
Tight, but I can get through.
I'm gonna try not to spoil this game for you guys. I'm gonna try to keep it as much zero spoilers as possible, like as much as I can. And also make sure you check out my club pictures on PlayStation 4 Pro. Here's a good example of HDR right here. I'm gonna take a screenshot right here, and all of these screenshots, you guys can take them and you can download them, share them. Whatever I take, you guys can have it. And again, I'm not rushing through this game. If there's a cutscene, I'm gonna pause the video because I don't want you guys to be spoiled. Like I said, I want to pay my respect to this game that it deserves. These developers work really hard on this game, so I have to honor that, and I have to do this with great care. And I'm trying to do this with a great care. And thank you, Sadiq. You will be accepted shortly after this video. I'm gonna move a little bit forward. Forward. And I want to see how it looks right here, where there's a bunch of light shining, like right here. I want to try something really quick here. Remember, the whole idea here is for us to test. I'm gonna go back here, go to the settings, picture mode. It's expert settings right here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to turn off dynamic contrast off. Honestly, it's not good to turn off the dynamic contrast off. I've noticed that the picture becomes more bright and deep black levels are not as deep. When you turn the dynamic contrast all the way to high, you noticed how the deep black level gets higher. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can notice it like right here, how the deep black levels become much higher. when you turn it to high. So I'll keep dynamic contrast as high. And let's go and turn back the color tone to cool. Remember, on a dynamic you can only switch between the standard and cool. Let me keep it at cool for a minute here. And let's go through this game a little bit furthermore. And there's an opening here. Hold on. There is.
Ross said I'll never go in places like this. But I have to find a way out.
We'll take another screenshot here as well. Remember, all of these screenshots will be available on the my club. And I'm sure some of you noticed that I had to change my tone of voice. I've moved it down a notch a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to pay my respect to these developers and their hard work. Normally I yell and I have this high-pitched voice. I'm trying to avoid that because I want to, like I said, I want to pay my respect to this game and developers, and hopefully I'm doing a good job of it, you know. Oh, look, the amount of detail that you can see on this game is truly remarkable. And I do have to say something here as well, that there is a huge benefit of having a wide color gamut HDR. I truly see that here now, and there is a benefit of having a 1000 peak brightness nits on HDR, and KS-8000 and 9000 series. They truly are the perfect TVs for you to experience this as it should be. Here's another great example of HDR. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna bring my camera a little bit closer. Okay, let's do that. Obviously, nothing that I do here, you guys won't be able to see HDR. You can't see HDR through camera lenses. Even if I was using a Canon $1,500 camera, you won't be able to see it. What I'm trying to point out here is right here, the HDR pops out unbelievably, the light that's shining through. And another example of HDR right here, obviously, and the shadows, the volumetric light here, I think it's called the volumetric light, it truly pops up here as well, all over the place. It just looks remarkable. And of course, right here as well, you see the benefit of HDR. Light shining, beaming down to where she's at. Anyway, I want to come back to this particular position right here, and the shadows, dynamic shadows, are so detailed here. They're very high. The hair works, it's very detailed and high. I mean, everything in this game is taking a full advantage of PlayStation 4 Pro. There's no question about that. And it looks phenomenal. It really does. And the HDR, it's just godsend here. I don't even want to know how HDR is going to look on God of War 4. I can only imagine. Just look at the textures here. Look at the detail on these textures. It's pretty remarkable. Looks fantastic, man. It's almost like you're watching a animated movie. Really, that's how good it is. Alright guys, so this is going to be the end of part 3. We're going to continue with the part 4 and part 5 and part 6 later on today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.